Happy Sunday morning. It's John again going for that immaculate grid, trying for a low rarity score. Maybe someday I'll do some of those like theme games like All Brewers or something like that. I've seen some of those in the comments. It's pretty cool. Speaking of the comments, congratulations to all the folks who managed to beat me yesterday. I was doing really well through eight. My first eight, I think I had a score of like five, so less than 1% per grid score. But I could only come up with Vince Coleman and Albert Pujols as Rookie of the Year winners. In fact, the third name I had, and this is for the Cardinals Rookie of the Year, the third name I had was Willie McGee. That would have been wrong. Willie McGee finished third in his rookie season of 1982, same year the Cardinals beat the Brewers in the World Series. So there are a lot of other fun names in there. Wally Moon, Bake McBride, and a couple others. So kudos to y'all who got those. Also, Todd Worrell was on there. So because if you've got those, you're able to swing a much lower rarity score than what I got yesterday. But let's get into it this morning, and gonna start sharing. Pound refresh. All right, a little bit more standard today. We've got five teams and a 20-win season. Your teams are the Mariners, the White Sox, the Giants, the Mets, and the Yankees. Um, so I guess away we go. I'm gonna get Roberto Hernandez up here. He was traded from the White Sox to the Giants in the '97 season before signing with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I think it was a free agent signing, not a expansion draft. Pretty sure. Got to get the right one. This is the former Faso Carmona. This is the Roberto Hernandez I'm going for. Just under 1%. All right. Let's see. White Sox, Mets, Julio Franco will work. Um, who else? Mike Cameron will work here. I'm not brought to you by Office Depot. Let's see. But Mike Cameron will also work here. So I might ponder that one. I could go Kevin Mitchell will work for both of these. He played for a little bit for the Mets. Or yeah, a little bit for the Mets in the 80s and just a tiny bit for the Mariners. So that's valuable one to go to. For Yankees and Mariners, I think A-Rod will be a dominant one here. Same with I think Ichiro will score a lot. Um, uh, Danny Tartabull, who I used earlier this week, he'll work. Um, Jeff Nelson, he would work as well. So there's a few options. Um, relievers tend to do a little bit better. Let's see how. See, maybe I go for an all reliever game. Probably not. Jeff Nelson takes 2%. Okay, a little bit higher. All right. Um, Yankees 20 game winners. Why don't we go back a little bit? Go to Lefty Gomez in the 30s. Takes about 1%. Could have also gone with I mean, it's a lot of options. Jim Bowden would be another one. He was the author of the book Ball Four, which is a fantastic. I listened to it on an audiobook. It's a very controversial book because I guess it shattered everyone's illusions about Mickey Mantle, among other things about ball players in general. But it's a fun read slash listen. But he was a 20 game winner for the Yankees, so maybe that would have been a better one. Catfish Hunter also won 20 games. Guidry, Cone, and Wells both did it. Pettit did it. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of options. So Mets and 20 game winner. You got Tom Seaver. I believe you have Jerry Koosman. Pretty sure on that one. You definitely have Dwight Gooden. You definitely have David Cone in 1988. You have Frank Viola. I think in 90, I want to say. He had won the Cy Young Award with the Twins in '88, followed up with a really good season after being traded over to the Mets. And then if I'm getting a little bit more modern. Like I don't think Al Leiter ever did it. Like Mike Hampton did not do it his 1 year with the Mets. R.A. Dickey did do it. Jacob deGrom never got run support, so he did not. Um, Johan Santana had 1 year where I think he came really close. Actually, I think he had like 16 wins in his one full season with the Mets. Um, Pedro didn't do it. Glavine didn't do it. Now with the Mets, let's try Viola. See how he does. Takes 3%. Wonder if there was more that I couldn't come up with. Giants 20 game winners. You can go all the way back to Carl Hubble, I believe. Carl was it Carl Mays? Uh, about Sam Majil or something. Majile. I don't know how to say his name, but he played in the 50s. I think he was a 20 game winner. Then more recently, of Marichal, Gaylord Perry. Russ Ortiz won 20 games in like '03. Um, I think wait, now I'm second guessing myself. That might have been with the Braves. He 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 definitely was a big game winner with both the Giants and the Braves. I think he won 20 games with one of those teams. Sean Estes came close, but I think he won 19 games. Um, Lincecum did not do it. I don't think Baumgartner or Kane did it either. Um, yeah, Lincecum only won 15 when he won his second Cy Young Award. I think he won 18 the year before that. Let's go with see if I get this name right. The Barber, I think was his nickname. Well, there's Carl Mays. He played earlier than I thought. I'm not as confident on Carl Mays anymore. Who was I thinking of? I'll have to get back. I might be just making some guy up. That's embarrassing. Um, I don't know. Do I just go with Carl Hubble? I'm trying to think of the guy I'm thinking of. It's a pitcher from the early 50s. I think in the early 50s. I think he played for the New York Giants. I'm pretty sure he won 20 games. I just can't come up with his name. And I think I made up someone's name. Uh, let's go. I'll go with Carl Hubble. Takes 3%. Famously struck out. I think it was Ruth, Gehrig, Simmons, Cronin, all in order in the Fox. Jimmy Fox was in there. All in the 33, 34 All-Star game. I think it was 34. All right, so let's jump down to White Sox and Yankees. Tim Raines will probably get too many to be a good pick there. These are both old teams, so maybe there's someone if we go really far back who would work a bit better. Um, Carl Carl Reynolds play for the Yankees. I don't think he did. I think he played for the Red Sox and Browns in addition to the White Sox. He had one really good year with the White Sox, but never mind him. Um, Al Simmons was never a Yankee. That's one of the teams he doesn't work for. He does work for the White Sox. So if we're thinking somebody who will, because I'll probably use Mike Cameron and I'll probably use Kevin Mitchell. I can use Cameron for either of these. I can use Mitchell for either of these. And the question is, do I whip out like, ooh, Bartolo Colon would work. I wonder if he'd be more popular than Tim Raines. Big Sexy is always popular. Freddie Garcia would also work. Um, let's see. Tom Seaver will work here. It's a fun one. Yeah, it's just a question of where I want to put people where. Was that a sentence? Oh well. Let's get Freddie Garcia in there. Ooh, Jose Contreras. What about him? Ho- because Freddie Garcia, Jose Contreras, they were both on the '05 White Sox. So was El Duque, actually. I think I'm going to go with Garcia. Goes sub 1%. Okay. I think my instinct was right on that. Garcia also would have worked here. Jeff Nelson takes 2%. Freddie Garcia takes 0.9%. He doubles up Lefty Gomez. Funny how these things work sometimes. All right, let's wrap this up with I'm torn on using Kevin Mitchell or Randy Wynn there. I can use I'm not going to go Tom Seaver. I think because he won his 300th game with the White Sox, I think that's going to be a little too popular. But I need to make sure I strategize this right. So I could go Cameron, then Mitchell, then Randy Wynn. Let's try that out. Cameron takes 1%. Kevin Mitchell takes 0.7%. And do I want to try for anyone better? Ooh, Gaylord Perry will work. He was briefly a Mariner, but he was also a 300 game winner. So I think Randy Wynn will still be better, even though Randy Wynn was more recent. Omar Vizquel will also work. He started his career at the Mariners and kind of wrapped it up, I think, with the Giants. I think he actually hung around for a while after that. He played with he was actually with the White Sox too, so he would have worked here. Um, that's right. I could have used Julio Franco. Yeah, well, let's get Randy Wynn in there. Oh, he takes 5%. Okay, so that was not a good pick. Not a great pick. It's fine, but so I get a rarity score of 17 there. That's right. Randy Johnson finished his career with Giants. I think I mentioned that a couple days ago. Pierzynski, yep, played one season with the Giants. Was Giants famously traded away Joe Nathan to get him for one season, and they went straight to the White Sox. Robin Ventura, very popular with the White Sox and Mets. Um, Cano, not really surprising there. I guess Cano will also work down here. But an A-Rod, that's surprising. So let's see here. So the easily the biggest rarity score was 6, and I got Seaver, Koosman, Cone, Gooden, Dickey, and um and the one I picked, Viola. Right? So was that all of them? Yeah, that was 6. I think Viola was probably the best one. Maybe Koosman. Maybe Koosman. I might play him on my phone later and see if he was comparable. All right. Well, got there. I could have done a little bit better on this one. I'll play on maybe I'll pull this up really quick before I sign off. Um Noriaoki. Ooh, Bill Hall. I should have gotten Bill Hall. I've used Bill Hall for some of those non-Brewer teams that he played with ever so briefly. Stan Javier, I also knew. Let's see. Ron Renicky, former Brewer manager, was not going to get that. I mentioned Vizquel. Jamie Wright. It's an interesting one. Didn't know he played for actually either of those teams. And then just scanning the picture. Jose Mesa gets in there. All right. Well, fun as always. Once again, this episode is brought to you by book. I guess it's here. I was like, hey, I misplaced it, but now there's my book. It's on Amazon, and the link will be in the description. Thanks for playing. Have a good rest of your Sunday, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Peace.